Welcome, everyone. Together, we'll discuss the relationship between polarization and democracy. There are many definitions of democracy and many aspects on which we could focus when it comes to democracy. But for the sake of this conversation, we will focus on democracy as a relationship between smaller or bigger groups of people interacting and debating and exchanging ideas. When we move from ideas to representation of ideas, we can think of elections as the moment in which those preferences, carried out by different groups, compete and are translated into votes. Some succeed, some don't. Circulation, exchange, and variation of ideas and preferences are a key for democracy to work. This guarantees alternative outcomes over time. In general, one group is not always satisfied, one not always disappointed. In their book entitled How Democracies Die, Ziblatt and Levinsky identify three aspects that make democracy work. First point implies the use of restraint. It basically means not use the powers of the system to the limits. Think, for example, of abuse of impeachment. The second point implies the importance of finding a middle ground for consensus across ideological line. The third point can be summarized as follows: we are competitors, we are not enemies. Now, think of what we have learned so far about how polarization works in societies. It crystallizes divisions and reduces circulation of ideas. If we widen the scope, divisions navigate from society to politics. Think how extreme polarization could impact Ziblatt's and Levinsky's ingredients for a working democracy. Instead of exerting restraints, once in power, the winner abuses the system to remain in power. Consensus and cross-partisan agreements are increasingly framed as ideological betrayal, and mutual toleration is substituted by enemy logic. As a result, democracy is understood less and less as a repetitive game with alternative outcomes and winners, and increasingly as the absolute rule of a majority.